Do you want to do more than follow orders? Think outside of the box and manifest your dreams? Then you've come to the right show. Welcome to the award-winning podcast, Holding Down the Fort by U.S. VetWealth. I'm your host, Jen Amos, a Gold Star daughter, veteran spouse, and entrepreneur. For Season 9, we continue our partnership with the Rosie Network to highlight motivational stories of personal growth, financial awareness, and autonomy in our military community. We're also excited to continue showcasing our partnership with Blue Water Advisors. Now, let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back and welcome to the season finale episode of Season 9 of Holding Down the Fort by U.S. VetWealth. Wow, this season flew by fast. We traditionally, as in the last two seasons, Season 7 and Season 8, we had released 25, 26 episodes each for those seasons. And this season was the first one where we're only releasing about, I think it was 10 episodes. Yeah, 10 episodes. And we talked about it in the last episode with Ken and Kiani, giving a little hint as to why that's the case. That was episode 213. But this season couldn't have come at a better time for me because starting next year, we are going to be switching from 2 seasons a year to 1. So this year, we, released an episode in the spring and the fall. Last year, we also did something similar. And moving forward, I will say that podcasting has become, at one point it was the main thing that I've done. And now it's supplementary. It complements many other things that I'm already doing. And of course, I love podcasting. Of course, I love interviewing everyone. And I have developed new interest in other areas that can continue to grow my business and the work I do with our company at U.S. VetWealth and just other endeavors. So this season couldn't have come at a better time because of the number of people who wanted to step up and share their story. And also the episodes that where I was able to showcase the U.S. VetWealth and Blue Water Advisors. To me, it just felt like the perfect package of episodes that was needed for this small season, for this short season. And I'm incredibly grateful for all of that. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to the team at the Rosie Network for continuing to work with me behind the scenes to bring on Service2CEO Graduates onto the show. Thank you to Mike Wallace from Blue Water Advisors for letting me replay the live streams that you do with my husband, Scott, on Take a Knee live show, which is available still now on our company's YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/USVWTV. If you go on there and you go to the live tab, you'll see the replays of these live streams with my husband, Scott, and Mike Wallace. And then also being able to feature one of our colleagues here at U.S. VetWealth, Mike Siebel. So thank you all for letting me feature you and showcase you. And I just felt like this was a good season. Like for me, I felt very satisfied with how it turned out. And I'm just grateful. I really am. And what better time to be grateful than the week of Thanksgiving? Love it. Love that we get a wrap up on the week of Thanksgiving. And I'm so grateful to start my holiday season early and really just take this time to focus on other initiatives. Just so you know, like I said, we will be returning the next season, Season 10. Wow, Season 10. Could you believe? That's a lot of seasons. That's like I just finished Season 11 of the Alone TV series on the History Channel. That show's been going on forever. Highly recommend the show, by the way. It's one of those like real reality TV shows because the contestants record themselves. It's good stuff. Like you don't have like a professional camera crew following around reality TV stars. Like no, these contestants are legit recording themselves in the wilderness. It's good stuff. Like I have no affiliation with the show, but I love this show. And this show carried me through in the summer when I was injured for 10 weeks, when I was recovering for 10 weeks from an injury. But yeah, that show just holds a special place in my heart. Highly recommend it for anyone. You can actually watch that show for free, I believe, on the History Channel. So just fun tip there in case anyone's looking for a show to binge watch and talk to me about, because I want to hear what you have to say about it. I've gained so much life lessons from watching that show. Anyway, that's what happens when you're injured and you can't move around much. You just binge watch things and read a lot and reflect and cry. No, I'm kidding. Kidding, not kidding. Anyway, sorry, let me get on track here. I hope you guys are having a good laugh. So as we wrap up here and as we go on a long break, because like I said, we will be returning summer of 2025. I just want to take a moment to reflect on like why I started the show and where it's at today. You know, I started this show like 5 years ago because at that time I was starting a new career. I switched from, I'm still doing digital marketing. That hasn't changed. But I decided to specialize in the military community. And having a military background, I don't talk about this a lot nowadays. I think I had like one episode in the entire 200 plus episodes of the show where I actually talk about my journey as a Gold Star daughter. If you're interested, let me look it up real quick. Let me look up Gold Star in case you want to look up these episodes. In case you're like, who is this host? Like, who is Jen Amos? I've been listening to her like feature everyone else, but I don't hear her story, which by the way, I have been highly encouraged to share my story more. And I'll tell you that I'm not like shy to share my story. I will share my story if you ask me about it. I have no problems doing it. It's just that this show, the primary focus in the beginning was to seek to understand. If you go to episode 27, okay, this was back in 2020. Actually, fun fact about this episode 27. Yeah, episode 27. This episode actually was released. I think this comes out in season 2, but this episode was actually released in season 1. I pulled it out and I republished it for season 2 because I think at that time I was just playing around with my episodes and I think I just wasn't ready to like share my story at that time because I was still trying to figure out the whole podcasting thing. So, but if you do want to hear it, if you do want to hear me talk about my story for the first time on the show, check out episode 27 that released February 24th, 2020. It was like such a long time ago. Wow, 2020. Could you imagine? You remember what the world was like February 2020 before March 2020? Wow, that's crazy. So that's like the first part where I talk about my story. And then I think the next episode, I think there was another episode where I shared my story, but that's definitely the main one that I could find. And then we do have a bonus episode all the way from September 24th, 2021. This one doesn't really have an episode number, so I just have to give you the dates. It was September 24th, 2021. And this is when I brought on Dennis Schroeder. He is the founder of the Price of Freedom Foundation. The Price of Freedom Foundation is an amazing organization that documents the lives of our fallen heroes. My family had collaborated with him to share my dad's story because like I mentioned, I'm a Gold Star family member, a Gold Star daughter. And actually it was thanks to this podcast, thanks to Holding Down the Fort, that someone had referred me to Dennis Schroeder to write our dad's story. So thank you, to this community. Thank you to Holding Down the Fort by US VetWealth to help me recognize that there are people out there that want to honor the stories of Gold Star family members. And Dennis Schroeder with the Price of Freedom Foundation is one of those people and one of those organizations. So special thanks to them. Special thanks. If you want to hear that conversation, that was, like I said, back in September 24th, 2021. I'll make it a point to add it in the show notes as well. And then the last one I want to give a shout out to is actually to Leslie McCadden. Leslie McCadden, she was episode 109. She is a Gold Star wife. And this is episode 109 from September 26, 2021, titled, You Can Support Someone, but Ultimately They Have to Want to Help Themselves. And this is about Gold Star families and Suicide Prevention Awareness Month with Leslie McCadden. So these 3 episodes in particular, so episode 27, I guess I kind of talk about it in episode 47. Check that out as well. This was the season 3 trailer. I may have touched on my story a little bit, so that's episode 47. And a bonus episode with Dennis Schroeder and episode 109 with Leslie. I'm pretty sure I had one more story of myself. I'm pretty sure I had one more. I just don't know how to find it because I have too many episodes. Let me see. I wonder if I can find it. I'm kind of really curious to see if I can find it. Okay, I guess I can't find it, but it's okay. No worries. I know there was one more story. But anyway, in case you're curious, I'm often asked oh, Jen, why don't you share your story more and all the things? And it's like, well, I have in many various different ways and many different conversations. And a lot of the conversations we've had on Holding Down the Fort, I have often made it a point to say, yeah, I can recall recall what it was like to be a military kid, to be raised in a career military family. My dad had served for 18 and a half years. And also, if you all are interested in his published book and his biography, I'll put that in the show notes as well. But I think for me, like I said, when I reflect on how the show began, it began because I had been 20 plus years removed from the military, and I decided to hyper-focus my skill set of digital marketing to the military community as I worked with my husband, Scott, at US VetWealth. And I wanted to get a pulse of the military community today. And I felt that the best way for me to do that, to seek to understand, was through podcasting. And so that's really the heart of how the show began. It was market research for me to hear, to listen to the stories of people in the military community today and their experiences. And so it's been such a pleasure to do that over the years. And of course, things have shifted. The focus of the show had shifted to fast forward to today, where the emphasis is about doing more than following orders, thinking outside the box, and manifesting your dreams. Now, why does this mission statement, why is this so important to me? Because in the many conversations that I have been fortunate to eavesdrop in at US VetWealth and our partnership with Blue Water Advisors, and hearing them talk to military retirees, transitioning career service members and their seasoned spouses, there's this, what seems to me, I'm not speaking on their behalf, I'm just making observations, but there seems to be this great fear about transitioning into civilian life. And I think this is especially true for retirees who've been in the military for 20 years, at least 20 years. And this has been their whole life, whatever that may have looked like. This has been their whole life. This has been their family's whole life. This has been their kids, primary upbringing, their memories of being in this military life, which I can relate to as a military kid. And I'd like to believe that this show, showcases stories of people who made that leap, who made that mental shift, who embraced the change joyfully rather than in a reactionary way. And to show that it's possible to reinvent yourself. And most importantly, it's important to recognize that transition happens in many stages in our life, not just military transition. And that so long as you choose to live life with more intention, to kind of unplug yourself from the matrix for a little bit and recognize that you can think outside the box, you have thought, you have agency, you have a conscience, and what to do with that. Yes, of course, the military community is set in place so that you can plug and play. You can go through the motions. The military will take care of you. At the same time, if you're wanting more, then that's what I hope the show offers you, are stories of people who wanted more, who wanted something additional, supplementary to the military life, and recognizing that even in the midst of following orders, you do have an identity outside of the military, and you can invest in that identity. And so the show, 200 plus episodes in, I've just been so fortunate to feature so many people in the community, people for the community, and just witness how much they want to help one another and empower one another. And it's just very meaningful. It's been very, very meaningful to be a part of this experience and hear everyone's story. And, on a personal level, it's just very therapeutic. It's been a very therapeutic journey to recognize that, all that I am, having been a military kid, being a digital marketer, being a podcaster, a lot of it has been heavily influenced by my upbringing in the military. And then now, working with my husband for the last 8 years. Oh my goodness, that's way too long. No, it feels like we're just getting started. Cute. I know it's cute. No, it is. It's been quite a journey. It's been a gratifying journey. And I am just so grateful to be doing this work. I'm so grateful this is part of what I get to do for a living. And now, in the off season, I'm going to be working on other things. And if you want to hear all about it, you can continue to follow us on social media. You can add me on LinkedIn. I'm not really communicative on there, but I'll be on there. Of course, if you really want to communicate with me, you can, I've mentioned this throughout the entire season, you could always join us on our online portal, which is holdingdownthefort.podcast.com/portal. Once you join, you'll have direct access to me, for one. And then two, you will have access to our private podcast, which is called Inside the Fort, which is pretty much just unfiltered commentary about the show, about the journey, and just any additional things that had come up throughout the seasons. Like if people were asking me for advice on podcasting or websites, or, just being an entrepreneur. I share all of that in the community. Also like behind the scene, like other additional things like webinars I've hosted or webinars that I've been asked to speak at. I do feature those in the private portal, and that is all accessible to all of you for free if you join us on holdingdownthefort.podcast.com/portal. But yeah, I'm going to be working on other things now, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to have a sense of fulfillment at this point in my podcasting journey to be like, you know what? Obviously, I still love podcasting. I love it. I think it's great. I think I'm going to podcast till I lose my voice, and I hope that's not going to happen anytime soon. At the same time, there are other things I enjoy in life now as well, and I want to be able to make room for that. And so that is why the show will return, not in spring of 2024, but it will return in summer of 2025. And it doesn't mean that we are going to go on radio silence or anything. We will still be active on social media. We will still be active in the portal at holdingdownthefort.podcast.com/portal. We will still be active there. And I hope that you'll come along the journey and you'll stay in touch. And otherwise, thank you. Just thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my journey. I know that a number of you will never reach out to me. I see the downloads. I don't see you. Okay, just to be clear, I see the downloads. I'm so thankful for the downloads. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the stats. It's great to see that people listen. It's okay if you never reach out to me. That one download means everything to me. It's validation that someone out there enjoys what I'm doing, enjoys my work, gets a lot of value in this work. So thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, thanks y'all. I don't know what else to say. Like, this is it. This is what else? Well, let me see what else I can throw out there. Well, obviously you can see the work that I do at US VetWealth at usvetwealth.com. Follow me on LinkedIn. Join us again in the portal. We're very active in the portal, my husband and I. holdingdownthefort.podcast.com/portal. See what we do there. Get all the goodies that US VetWealth has to offer, all for free. And you can unsubscribe anytime. No strings attached. You can also get a free consultation with us if you're interested in exploring alternatives to the Survivor Benefit Plan and or the Thrift Savings Plan. Free complimentary consultation session available to you. I'll put it in the show notes of this episode. What else is going on there? If you want to learn more about Mike Wallace and Blue Water Advisors, if you are a transitioning service member and you are scared, most of all, you need employment or want employment, but you want to do it purposefully and intentionally. You don't want to just jump into the first paycheck that you can get. Definitely reach out to Mike Wallace from Blue Water Advisors. Of course, if you are an aspiring entrepreneur and you want to learn about the Rosie Network, therosienetwork.org. I'll put that in the show notes as well. I hope that in listening to these stories, you are just inspired and reassured and encouraged to know that one, you can do it, and two, there's a whole community to support you in starting a business, especially the Rosie Network. There's a ton of resources, and I think the Rosie Network is a really good one. So thank you to all the partnerships. I don't know what else to say, guys. It's going to be gone. I'm going to be gone for months. I mean, not really, but I will be, this podcast will be gone for a couple months. So weird. So weird. But yes, I will stay in touch with all of you on all the things I mentioned, all the above. Check out the show notes of this episode. And thank you. Thank you all. And happy holidays. I hope you enjoy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you. I'm just thankful for a lot of things. I really am. And that is why I am going to pursue several other things that I will keep you all in the loop as time goes on. I mean, I might bring it up. I might update you all in the trailer for season 10 of Holding Down the Fort. That'll come out in the summer. Goodness gracious, summer 2025, in case you're wondering. So yeah, that's it. That's it, y'all. I'm wrapping up. It's okay. It's going to be okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'll just see you next year, or I'll see you on social media. Yeah, that's it, y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I hope you enjoy 2025, and I'll see you in the summer 25. You'll see this podcast available again in summer 2025. All right. Bye for now. Hey there, this is your host, Jen Amos. Thanks again for listening to today's episode of Holding Down the Fort by US VetWealth. Visit holdingdownthefortpodcast.com to access the full show notes of this episode, including resources mentioned and bonus content. Once again, the website is holdingdownthefortpodcast.com. Lastly, stay after the outro for a little something extra. Thanks again, and chat soon. Bye for now. All right. Hey, everyone. Wow. You are here. You're here in the outro. You're like, that can't be all. That can't be all. How dare she just leave us like that? Well, I'm still here because my outro music demands that I have extra content after the outro music. So I'm back. I'm here. Surprise. Surprise. You miss me? You already miss me? Oh, thank you. Okay. So since you've made it this far, I thought I'd tell you what I'm doing that may or may not happen for 2025. So I'll say it now. This is usually, I've been talking about this extensively in Inside the Fort, by the way, which is available at holdingdownthefortpodcast.com/portal. Part of the reason why I am taking a break is because I am, or slowing down or adjusting my pace, however you want to reframe it, is because I am going to create for once. I mean, Holding Down the Fort has a website, holdingdownthefortpodcast.com. Right? Well, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be repurposing this entire show to be a blog. That's right. I'm creating a blog. As of right now, I'm creating a blog. I've been working on a blog for the last couple of months, actually. And my hope is that it'll be accessible, available by summer 2025. Now you're probably wondering why do a blog, Jen? Like, why do a blog? Well, one, it's good for SEO purposes, search engine optimization. Now, at the time of this recording, Google apparently is being sued for being a monopoly, but nonetheless, search engines are not going anywhere. If anything, this might actually improve search engine optimization competition because of whatever Google is going through right now. But anyway, podcasting has been my primary media outlet or medium, online for so many years. And I am at a place now where I want to make the show more accessible for people who maybe want a blog version of the podcast, for people who maybe want to read. And so I'm excited to go back in time, and I've come to find that a lot of our conversations are great for evergreen content. And so I've just been going down memory lane. It's very interesting, by the way, hearing your voice from 5 years ago, just so you know. I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to see and hear yourself from 5 years ago. So going all the way back to summer 2019 to go back to all the old episodes and, see what we've collected. I feel like I'm kind of playing detective, and I'm just like assessing and reflecting on what we've accumulated throughout these years and how much of it can we salvage or repurpose or repackage for a blog. I'm really excited about this blog. I already have the name for it. It's going to be something different, just like how our private podcast is called Inside the Fort. The hint here is that Fort will not be in the title. But I'm very excited about it. And I've been spending a lot of my time working on it and everything like SEO related plus other things. And so that is what I hope will be available to all of you in summer 2025 is the blog version of Holding Down the Fort by US VetWealth. Right now, our current website is great and it's always been great. I just want to add something more, and I want to make it more in a blog centric format versus a podcasting format. And so that is what we're going to explore next. We're going to see how that plays out. So fun fact, I actually started off my online journey way back when, like in early 2000s, blogging. And so part of me feels like I'm coming back home blogging again. So stay tuned. Summer 2025. Watch out. It's going to be great. All right. Thanks for listening. Have a happiest of the holiday seasons. Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, Happy Spring. And I'll see you all in summer 2025. Bye for now.